Hey, good evening, and thank you very much for holding the event tonight. It's a pleasure to be out here. By now everybody knows my background and my qualifications, so I'm not going to focus on that. I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about the positive changes I've made during my first term as your sheriff. When I took office, I immediately saved the county about $160,000 a year in benefit costs by opting out of PERS and not taking any of the healthcare benefit insurances, giving the county the option of adding that back into my budget. So I realized that a strong sheriff's office needed committed volunteers from the community to help where our staffing did not allow. So one of the first things we did is we grew our search and rescue team from 8 to 60. So we've got 60 members in our search and rescue right now. We formed a search and rescue explorer team. Those are high school students from all three of our high schools in the county. So we've got 14 high school students. We now have a certified rescue dive team. It's the first time the Trinity County's ever had that. We have 3 members in that. Our Sheriff's Auxiliary is active with 10 members and growing. We now have an animal rescue volunteer group with 15 members in the county. You probably saw them last year running around the county because, with the fires going on, they were instrumental in helping every one of our communities impacted by the fires. We've also started a chaplain program throughout the county. They help during communities and first responders during traumatic events that impact us. I began a new policy regarding cases involving reports of missing persons. In those cases, we request warrants for the preservation of electronic evidence such as cell phone logs, text messages, voicemail messages, social media accounts. And this practice has helped us to successfully close every one of the missing cases that we've had during my term. So in 2019, that's 38 cases. In 2020, 27. In 2021, 40 cases. And so far this year, 14 cases. So in my term, we've closed every single missing person case. And we still have about, 15 cases that we're investigating from prior years, and we still, every time we get a lead, we're still following up on those. I was able to purchase a new animal control vehicle. The old one was on its last leg, so we've got a new one of those, as well as a long-distance prisoner transportation vehicle. We use that to travel down to state prison down in Kern County, or to take individuals that need to get mental health treatment down in the Bay Area. We have explored leasing fully equipped patrol vehicles from Enterprise Rent-A-Car because we did not have the money to purchase brand new vehicles. So that has saved us money and allowed us to buy vehicles because of lack of funding. We broke ground on a new jail using grant funds provided by the state through what is called SB 863 funding. We're getting ready to open that. It should be open by the end of June. And I was just informed by the Board of State and Community Corrections that we are the first county to actually complete and open a facility using those monies. So that's a pretty good thing, because that was funded in 2015. So we are the first county to actually open a facility. We rebuilt relationships with the Board of Supervisors, allied agencies, State Sheriff's Association, Forest Service, Fish and Wildlife, and what this has helped is assisted us in task force operations by bringing in additional resources to help eradicate illegal cannabis grows that have been damaging the environment here in Trinity County. We have been participating membership with the Trinity Safe Schools Collaborative Group, and that's involving many disciplines here in the county working together to find solutions to improve safety and mental health of our students in our schools. Another goal I had was to lift morale, provide hope and encouragement, stability for our team inside the Sheriff's Office. So working with the board and the Sheriff's Association on recruitment and retention, I recently obtained better pay and retention incentives to keep our hardworking law enforcement professionals here instead of losing them to surrounding communities. I've submitted a plan to reclassify and separate dispatch from correctional deputy positions in order to help with recruitment, and also requested a new control room technician position. So in the new jail, we have a separate area that just will control the doors and cameras and things like that. So that's going to provide new opportunities for people to join our team. You know, since I've been in office, we have had turnover in personnel, about 36 since I've been in office. 5 retired, 4 due to restructuring, 3 left the state of California, 6 left for agencies paying more money, 5 failed probation, 10 for personal reasons, for medical reasons, or they just didn't want to be in law enforcement anymore, and 3 due to internal investigation. And because of several internal discrimination complaints for incidents that occurred prior to my election, I worked with the County Human Resources Department to initiate several investigations. We used outside county investigators to ensure that every allegation was addressed. Independent investigators allowed me to remain completely impartial. And any internal investigations as a result of those investigations and any subsequent disciplinary actions, they're confidential under the law, and they cannot be discussed. To do so could result in punitive action. In-person training was severely impacted by COVID, and many planned classes were canceled over the last 2 years. But we made great strides to make sure that our post-training and our STC training, those classes through our approved online instruction, were kept up. And over the last 6 months, we've been catching up on our in-person training. A lot of travel has been going on. Major training that we've been trying to accomplish is active shooter training in our schools. Every time we've been scheduling that over the last 2 years, it's been canceled because of COVID. But we now have it scheduled for June, and it's going to be for law enforcement, for our first responders, and school educators. So we're very excited to have that coming up. I've obtained grants to purchase new protective vests for all of our deputies, new tasers, and I'm budgeting this year to provide body-worn cameras. We've never had those before, so we're finally going to be getting those. I've been active with the California State Sheriff's Association, with the Legislative Committee, and a Wildfire Safety Ad Hoc Committee, where we're trying to deal with a lot of the issues we've had over the last few years with Forest Service and CAL FIRE. Been working with congressmen in Washington and state senators and assemblymen here in the state of California. I've also recently been asked to consider applying for a seat on the board of State and Community Corrections, representing counties with small jails. So it's been a busy 3.5 years, and this is just a quick snapshot of what I've done, and I look forward to serving the people of Trinity County for another 4 years. Thank you.